Hi, my name is Rachel Larsson. I'm a naturopath, nutritionist, and holistic gut health expert. I love the gut and I love food, and I want you guys to love it as well, which is why I'm sharing with you 10 free tips to help your gut during Christmas so you can eat food and drink all the drinks with more confidence. We know that there's a lot of emphasis on what we eat, which is very important, but I want to share with you ways on how you can eat that can really optimize your gut health. So I've got an amazing slide show for you, sharing with you all the hints and tips and particular conditions that it's very good for. Here we go. Okay, fantastic. So first of all, who can relate? Are you feeling anxious when you're eating? Are you worried about that Christmas Day outfit in terms of, is it going to be big, flowy, elastic city, type outfit, and feeling a bit uncomfortable with how you're going to feel at the end of the day? Are you a bit worried about the bloating and if you can hide it, or the pain that you might be experiencing? Are you going to feel like your body's kind of been hijacked and you really don't know what is going to happen? Or are you concerned that you can't control the food that you're about to be given? I totally get it. This is all about food reactions and food intolerances that can be very stressful. I want to try and help you, which is why I'll be sharing 10 free tips to help your gut during Christmas so you can eat and drink with a bit more confidence. The first one, or I should probably introduce myself a bit better. So I am, as I mentioned, a naturopath nutritionist. I'm all about gut health. That is my passion. I particularly love empowering women and educating them about their gut. Men also are welcomed, but I find that I really resonate and have a clinic with predominantly women. So that's my go-to. And I'm serious when I've said I've been where you are, so I understand the confusion that you may be experiencing, the frustration that you are also experiencing, and the journey that you've been on. It can be months to years for many of you. And I've worked with many kind of industry leaders to try to help this message of like having food as medicine, falling in love with food again, getting rid of bloating, feeling more confident with your body, and regaining your gut health. So here's what you're going to learn: how you can help your gut doing how to eat, rather, what you eat during Christmas. This is tip number 1. So this tip is all about stopping 3 hours, or stop eating food 3 hours before you lie down. The reason for this is that, think of it from a gravity point of view. Your body right now is working with gravity. Once we lie down, all your digestive acids and juices and functions are trying to kind of work horizontally. You may also find that in this horizontal position, if you are kind of still digesting food, that reflux may be an issue, because it's much easier for this food to escape the stomach back up the esophagus again. So giving your stomach 3 hours without food, or giving yourself 3 hours without food to make sure it passes into the lower parts of the gut, can be very helpful in terms of your symptoms of bloating and reflux, if they are your big numbers. But general good practice for everybody. Chew your food properly. Now, we all know that it can be such a rush to the Christmas dinner, or just the general kind of Christmas party. If you're super hungry, we're eating, we're drinking, it's all happening too quickly. We want to have more and more because the food's delicious, right? I do encourage you to chew your food properly. So 20 chews per mouthful can make the world of difference to your gut. Another tip is also trying to slow down that function of the chewing to give yourself time to chew. Loading your fork as you consume and swallow the other mouthful, rather than as you're eating, loading up the next fork. By chewing and giving yourself time for this to happen, you're allowing more acids and enzymes to act on this food, bringing it down into smaller particles, which ultimately makes your small and large intestine a lot more happier. This is particularly good for that feeling of indigestion, reflux, and bloating. Incorporate overnight fasting. So, fasting is not for everybody. If you're pregnant, if you have super low energy, it's certainly not for you. However, it can be used in a very safe way. If if again, you're not falling into those categories. Now, overnight fasting, as the name describes, is overnight. So for most of it, you're sleeping, which is great. But what we want to do is just push out the time from your last meal of the day before, so your dinner, to your first meal of the next day, your breakfast or brunch. We want to give at least 12 hours between these two meals, which allows a cleaning process in your gut to take place, specifically in your small intestine, called the migrating motor complex. It only happens when you don't eat. And each cycle of this cleaning process takes 3 hours. So for one cycle, we need a 3-hour break between food. If you give yourself 12 hours in between dinner and breakfast, you're getting 4 cycles. So that's going to be a lot nicer if you get bloating, constipation, diarrhea. 4, reduce snacking between meal times. And I know this is particularly difficult when it comes to Christmas parties. And by all means, if you want to do it, go for it. It might be that the other days where you don't have these events that you want to kind of optimize your digestive health as well. Reducing snacking between meals supports the same function as what the overnight fasting does. It gives a break in between meals, so a cleaning function can happen. It also allows your acids and enzymes to kind of regroup, kind of get up their numbers, and to be ready for the next meal. So bloating, reflux, and indigestion might find that reduced snacking particularly helpful. Eat mindfully. Again, super difficult when we know that there's just like food galore and we're going crazy for it. Savor the food. It is special, a special time of the year. There might be some of your favorite dishes there. Really enjoy every mouthful. Being present when you're eating allows your body to send signals to your gut, because most often you'll be eating a bit slower, which that process needs time to do so. You're able to recognize as well when you're over full. So you may not necessarily get to that point of over fullness, which is so common when it comes to Christmas. Really good for bloating, indigestion, diarrhea, constipation, pretty much everybody, and any symptom in between. Move every day. So whether it be a gentle walk, yoga, a bit of a jog, this is all about really trying to get your body moving. It can improve intestinal gas clearance, can help the symptoms of bloating and constipation. So one to do, again, doesn't need to be hardcore, but movement every day can make a world of difference for if you've got bloating, constipated, or indigestive symptoms. Reduce liquids at mealtime. And I know when socializing, when you're cheersing with a glass of wine, this might be one that you find, hey, I'm gonna focus on the others. But it's worth mentioning in that when we drink a large amount of liquid with meals, it can dilute the acids and enzymes that we have trying to work in terms of our food breakdown. So if you can help it, and if you're conscious enough to do so in terms of your behavior, reducing your liquid half an hour before your meal and an hour after may find that you are digesting food better. This is a great practice to do outside of the Christmas time as well. And it may be a bit easier to do because, as I said, like we're all kind of having a cheers over that Christmas dinner or lunch. Reflux, indigestion, and bloating, this could be particularly helpful for you. 8, have warm lemon water first thing in the morning. It's a very naturopathic 101 kind of thing to say, but there is some benefit in it. There's a particular thing called hesperidin, which has a protective effect on your liver. And let's be honest, we might need a bit of help in that. Also citrus bioflavonoids that can help support your stomach acid production, which can be really helpful in breaking down proteins. When we have this lemon water, I don't want it to be like a very dilute amount in a large amount of water sipped over a long period of time. All that will do is harm teeth enamel if acid is consumed for too long. What we want to do is have half a lemon squeezed nice and tight, have it in a small amount of warm water and do it like a shot. We want it to get down. We want there to be like a nice hit to that stomach and that liver and that gallbladder to produce all those acids, enzymes, and bile. So think of it like a morning shot rather than like a lemon flavored water. Number 9, have apple cider vinegar. 2 teaspoons taken during the meal can support with satiety. Some might stop overeating. And then if you decide that you need to help digestive enzyme support, you might want to take about a tablespoon 15 minutes before the meal. So that can really assist acids and enzymes to make that meal breakdown a bit easier. Bloating, reflux, indigestion, this could be a game changer for you. And relax at mealtime. We know that when we're stressed, your gut completely changes its focus your body completely changes its focus in terms of where it wants to, help and support. When we are relaxed, we fall into rest and digest mode. Digest being the key word. When we are stressed, it goes fight, flight, freeze, and we're all about trying to run away from danger. When we're in the rest and digest, our digestive system will work a lot better. Acids, enzymes, saliva will be produced with much more ease. The way your food is broken down and digested will be a lot easier too. Everybody will benefit from this. Diarrhea, constipation, indigestion, reflux, and bloating. So have a good time with whatever you're doing, and you might find that be enough for your gut to say thank you and start behaving a little bit more kindly to you. So if you're still wondering, I've tried these and you're bloated all the time, you're still reacting to foods, if probiotics aren't helping these symptoms as well, if you're still wondering how you can heal your gut, and like if you've been through this process of people trying to find something wrong with you, not that there's ever anything wrong with you, there's just things that are out of balance, then I've got some great news for you. I have created a free 7-day program called Bloated to Body Confident in 7 days. So you can finally say goodbye to bloating for good. It is free to join, and it's got a stack of resources for you. It has got in it 32 delicious recipes for you, created by me. They're original, they're nourishing, they are bloat friendly. We've got live weekly Q&As where you can ask all the questions about your gut health and support others on the same journey. Daily videos sharing the biggest causes or biggest hidden root causes of bloating, as well as other things like reflux, constipation, stress, all important things related to gut health. You have access to an exclusive Facebook community where you've got a bunch of people who are really understanding of what you're going through. You've got information in terms of how you can turn your 7-day, success into long-term results. So the game plan hereafter. Evidence-based tips so you can how to support a happy, healthy gut, a lot of which I've shared today. So these are things which I'm telling all my patients, anyone who joins up, how we eat, rather what we eat is so important as well. And amazing discounts from some of Australia's best health food brands, and the chance to win a gut-loving hamper worth over $250 worth of incredible bloat-banishing recipes. And I'm excited to, shout out to Lakako, Cobram Estate and Jevity for sponsoring this wonderful gut hamper and this program. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I work with my patients on the Gut Feeling to Healing program, which is all about, listening in and tapping into that gut feeling so you can finally get some gut healing. In the meantime, I want you to have an amazing Christmas, amazing holiday season, whatever your chosen celebration, and start incorporating some of these hints and tips so you can have better digestion. Beyond the Christmas season, these will also work too. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope they're very helpful for you. And I'm Rachel Larsson.